Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 15 Week 13 BearCave games. We are back, 2 weeks left here. Everybody making that push for the conference championships, looking for that CFP bid. We are officially at the point where we can start talking about the CFP, as this week will be the first week the CFP committee joins and ranks the teams. Oh my god, thank you Cryo. I just got nuked. Chadley might be hurt. Maybe not. Maybe so. We'll find out tomorrow. But we are here for BearCave. As always, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty. Ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in at any time. You can claim a team. You can hire coordinators. You can set playbooks. You can recruit. We also have a fully functional sports book and stock market. And we are moving on to the next game when it drops here in a couple of weeks. So it's a great time to join. Links are in any of our descriptions. And if you are watching live, feel free to drop a Twitch Prime sub, as any and all revenue made through this channel goes back to you guys in the form of a national championship trophy and care package. And you won't have to miss out on any of the action with ads or anything. So yeah, check that out. And then finally, what else? I'm getting all caught up here. Check out Home Field Apparel. Oh my god, another one. Coach Cam, thank you. Some streams it works, some streams it doesn't. I don't know what the problem is with my Streamlabs. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So yeah, another day, another Big 12 loss for Coach Pizza. Yeah, that was tough. So yeah, I just got this open in the background. Literally, it seemed like it was fine, but whatever. As always, we are going through BearCave, which is the 10 best games of the week. Remember, week 14 will be focused on all the games that decide divisions first and foremost. So we might have some weird matchups next week, as always. But yeah, we're gonna start out with Hawaii and UNLV, what has grown in the last couple of seasons to be a crazy rivalry between Coach Woolley and Coach Cryo. This game, it is a 4-point spread for Hawaii. The over-under is 55.5, and the BearCave prop is focusing on Kareem Paul rushing touchdowns. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. It's going to be Cryo and it's going to be Woolley. See if we have a fun time. Was almost game day, and then Cryo decided to cheat, so it got kicked to BearCave. Woolley, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, as you do get priority. And then I know that that he wanted the all blacks, and you wanted anthracite 1. Is this what you wanted? Let's see. He said, "Hey Reb, black jerseys and pants with anthracite helmet." Yeah. All right, I don't see Woolley, so he's going to have to relinquish the coin toss here to Cryo. All right, Cryo, let me know kick or receive. See, you always, I was hovering on there for like 15 minutes, and you sat there and didn't say anything. But we are here in Legion Stadium. This stadium's always a bit darker than the rest. Hoping for some crazy results today. We've got a lot of interesting games on tap, and a great game day coming at you later. The Heroes game. One of the longest rivalries in the SFA. I believe this will be the 12th matchup. I believe UTSA is 4th or 5th. So here we go. Get the intros. With Fresno State's win, Hawaii has been eliminated from the division, so this is just for bragging rights. And Cryo wants to kick, so here we go. 7-minute quarters. Remember, we sim through a BearCave game, and then if it's close at the end, that is when we'll jump on in. It's 7-0 here early. UNLV adds a field goal, and we're going to the second. Still knotted up. Hawaii adds another touchdown. Things are starting to get spicy. UNLV's got to start scoring, and they get a field goal. Start the third, though. UNLV comes out firing on all cylinders, but the defense can't get a stop. Oh, Hawaii is dominating Cryo. Giving him his just desserts, but hold on a second. Oh, dear. Here we go. Can they put this? Oh, a fumble. A fumble. Kelly Kachuk picks it up. That might have just done it for them. And unless they can score here, remember, we can't jump in unless it's a one-score game here. And another fumble. 2 fumbles in a row. And they're going to add a field goal. That's likely going to do it here. 2 straight fumbles for UNLV. The fumbles coming back to bite them on a BearCave game. And Hawaii wins again. So Axel Brooks got himself a touchdown. Kareem Paul gets that rushing touchdown for his BearCave prop. Royce Marchetti, SFA player, gets in. No scores from the wide receiver. But Brett Brooks, touchdown interception as the junior. McKenzie over 100 yards, got himself a touchdown as well. Wide receivers, Walker carrying the load. Not much from McLeod. Vladislav got 10 pancakes. Defensively, decent day from the front 7. Ubaldo had 3 TFLs. Couple interceptions. Couple of deflections. No fumbles on this side. And that is what did it. And for Hawaii, you got Kareem Paul, 19 of 33, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not the best day. Kind of a running back by committee with the touchdown going to Kareem Paul. Frews didn't get a touchdown, but he spread it out pretty nicely. And on defense, quite a few TFLs. Deflections and the forced fumbles. 3 of them, and he lost all 3. Hate to see that. Butterfingers McGee here from Coach Cryo. And that is going to do it. Dang, 5 drops from McLeod. I didn't even see that. So as always, take a look at my players of the game. My God, dude, it's so hot in SoCal right now. When I stream, I turn off my air conditioners because it's hot as hell, and I don't want it to be loud. So I'm sweating my ass off here. All right, let's go to the next game. Your bet hit, so it's a win in your book. Yes, sir. All right, next up, we've got Oregon and Cal. This is a good one. This is the Coach Dave. He wants the all whites. All right, let's go find him. So the interesting thing about this game is if Oregon wins this game, if Coach Dave wins this game, he wins the division. If Cal wins this game, they'll be in the lead for the division, but Oregon can still win it next week if Cal loses to Stanford and Oregon beats Oregon State. Now remember, Sal Easton is out this week with a bruised arm or something like that, so we are going to have to hopefully see the backup come in and play well in a clinching game. I guess we have to do the once a duck because that's the only white. I'm trying to go all white here. But it's going to be interesting because we already saw USC lose. Oh my God, where'd I go? Where's just white? All right, I guess we're doing this. We're trying to find white here. So we're hoping Oregon can pull it off because if the Pac-12 wants a good chance of making a run in the CFP, you can't have 8-3 USC who loses to UCLA getting the bid. So come on. Oh no, do we have a white versus white game? Please no. Oh my God. I hate this game. Bring the new game, please. We got white versus white. I am so sorry. In a division clinching game, they both brought their away jerseys. All right, so we got a 3.5 point spread for Oregon and a 50.5 over under. And Darius Pepper, the defensive tackle, he always shows up on BearCave. Will he get over under 3.5 tackles today? Here we go. Very interesting. Very interesting. Coach Dave, I don't see it in chat, so it's going to be heads and kick. I know, you'd think the game is smart enough to realize it's white on white, but I guess not. I guess if Revamped allowed us to do color versus color, I guess it means I should have checked to make sure they weren't white. But 7-0 here early, 14-0 for Oregon. Let's go. Great start. We're cheering for Oregon today. Cal no longer has guys like Chad Blunt, so bit of an NPC type of a team. Would not be good for the playoff health, as it's 21-0 here for Dave. Fantastic start with the backup quarterback, 28-0. Are they going to dominate this one? We're going to the fourth quarter. 28-6. Hold on, folks. Another punt. Hold on, folks. Okay, they stopped him. Come on, finish it off, Oregon. There you go. Bang! Love to see that. Oregon again. And there we have it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what you love to see. That is what you love to see. So, the first game, it was a Hawaii cover. And then this game, we've also got a Oregon cover. Nice. So, 2 covers to start the game. We haven't had a lot of covers in recent weeks. So, let's check out how the backup did here for Oregon. Joseph looks to be his name. Couple of thrown touchdowns. Very nice day. As B.J. Joseph, 16-28, 242, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Better at the score sheet than the stat sheet. But Williams kind of carried the load here, 166. And Fiker got himself 3 catches. So now at 9-2, Oregon has clinched the division. And Nalasaka, 10 tackles, 4 TFLs, and 2 sacks. Another breakout game. And Darius Pepper did hit his over for his tackles. And he got 2 TFLs. 1 interception for Goff. Tyree Strider got a deflection. Forced fumble, but they did not recover it. And for Cal, Josh Green, true freshman, is the guy who's starting here. Robert Butler. So, yeah, definitely a shell of their former team. 12 tackles now. Chad Blunt should have gotten back to the playoff. Shake my head, but that's all right. A couple of interceptions, deflections, no, and that will do it. All right, nice win for Oregon. So, no chokes so far. Oh, Coach Feig coming at it with the BearCave. Yeah, it's a very close BearCave race. There, I think 1 through like 12 is separated by what, 4 points? Going to be a very interesting finish to the end. And we've had a lot of low scoring games recently, or weeks, I mean. So very interesting indeed. Oh, yeah, Dogwater has 60K on his guy. So now we move on, and here we go. This is when things start getting a bit sweaty, folks, as we now have some division clinching games. That one was won, but that was kind of a foregone conclusion. This next one and a one a little bit later, we have no clue what's going to happen. As we're going to go to Georgia Southern and Coastal Carolina first. This is a division clinching game. Oh boy. So, Coach Trog, if you're here, I don't think he is, but let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. If you're here, we'll jump on board with them. This is a 63.5 over-under and a 6-point favorite for Coastal Carolina. Now, obviously, Coastal has gotten all the hype in the world from this season. Georgia Southern's got nothing, but they still have Trey Inners, who's an unbelievable talent at running back, carried them to a national championship appearance, and then that's what our BearCave prop's looking at. Rushing yards for Trey Inners. Can he carry them to a win? 109.5 over under. So here we go. Everybody's saying Grant Davis is a fraud? Grant Davis is not a fraud. Watch him cook. Watch him cook. He sees the slander online after that Southern Miss loss because of the backup. And don't get me wrong, I personally, I mean, we'll have to see what the committee says, right? But I personally think whoever wins Sunbelt will end up getting the G5 auto bid. All right, here we go. Division on the line. Welcome in, Flame. If you're just joining us, we missed a Hawaii cover over UNLV, an Oregon cover over Cal to win the division on a backup quarterback as well. But nothing has been close, no great moments or anything so far. We're on game number 3. So it's going to be a kick from Jay Sal. They still have Malcolm Cope on this team. He's a captain. So here we go. Who will be coping at the end of the night? Coastal scores first. 7-0. Playing very tight-cheeked here. 14-0 now for Coastal. Georgia Southern unable to do much. It's a 2-score lead for the Chanticleers at halftime. Can they get one back? They get a field goal. And then Coastal responds with a touchdown. Here comes Coastal again. They're up 18 going into the 4th quarter. But Georgia Southern, no! They can't get it on 4th down. Next change of possessions. Remember, we only jump in if it's a 1-score game. And Georgia Southern finally gets on the board. We're going to go one play at a time here. Remember, this is for the division. They have to call a punt. Remember, it's an 11-point game here. We cannot jump in quite yet. And that is a turnover on downs. This very well could be the end of it. 40 seconds left, and Coastal Carolina has won the division. Grant Davis on your dome, in your mouth, all over your lower back. Grant Davis, baby, let's go. Grant Davis, he ran it in. They give it to Brown, and then he didn't do much else. But thank God Coastal got to the championship here. 17-31, no thrown touchdowns. He didn't need to. And then Brown and Davis ran it home. Let's go. And that's going to be a cover here for Coastal as well. Percy Lockhart. A lot of TFLs here. 2 sacks. Interceptions, none. 1 deflection. A couple of forced fumbles, and they recovered them. So now if we look at Georgia Southern, Peter Green, the junior, 20 of 44, 259, and a tutty. Trey Inners he went 1 yard under his over-under. So the line was 109.5. He went 108. So that is an under hit for Trey. No touchdowns for him. What a line. TFL's lot. 1 sack, no interceptions. A lot of chances to pick off Grant Davis that they couldn't, and there it is. Coastal Carolina gets it done with a cover. CCU cover. Cam, you're exactly right. Getting it done the old-fashioned way with the ground and pound, Cam. All right. It's a Coastal cover. Beautiful. Yeah, I can't believe that it was a promoted bet. It's like if Herbert gets 1 touchdown, you get all this money. That was wild. All right, next up, now we've got another division clinching chance here, and it's for Coach Mike against NC State. Now, NC State's not at risk here. It's East Carolina, so there's still some weird circle of suck stuff going on, but basically, Georgia Tech holds tiebreaker over East Carolina right now. For ECU to win the division, they need Georgia Tech to lose. So, this is for the division for Coach Mike. Heads and receive, yes. Because I just know if you lose and I didn't receive the ball, it would have been my fault. Which, I don't want that on me. So he wants the dark blue alts. Is that Cape Day? No, it's not. I don't know about... Let's see. I think that's just navy. Alright. Cool. They're wearing their whites. You're wearing your navies. Here we go. Finally here for one. Heads and receive. Okay, here we go. So is Mike going to steal the division from East Carolina 2 years in a row? This would be honestly a crazy season for Mike. I thought he was going to have a ton of regression after losing like all of his secondary, but it very well could wind up being that he gets a better regular season record. But this game, if you're following along, it's an 11-point favorite for Georgia Tech. The over-under is 57.5, and we're looking at the SFA player on NC State, Jeremy McKenna, anytime touchdown. So if all things stay the same, if East Carolina and Georgia Tech both win out, Georgia Tech wins the division. ECU needs to beat Buffalo, and that game will come on later. So we've had 3 covers so far. Will Georgia Tech make it a 4th? NC State, they were really good at the beginning of the year. However, they had some injuries mid-season. They're starting to get healthy again, so we'll see if they can find a way to get an upset here. He wanted heads and receive. Juice Riggs still out there for the coin toss, despite being out for the season. Love to see it. Still putting on the shoulder pads. All right, here we go. First drive didn't amount to a touchdown like it has the last couple of weeks, and NC State scored, but Georgia Tech battles back. The last couple of weeks, though, Kirko Squatch has had to check in when we've watched. So Clayton Tune, and a quick touchdown there for GT. 14, 21-7, got that 2-score lead. 28-7 before half. Oh my, is this going to be another blowout? NC State battles back a bit, but a quick touchdown there. Man, we head to the 4th quarter, down 21. They've got to score, and they can't do it. It's looking like it's over. The defense can't do anything for NC State. So Georgia Tech, for 2 years in a row, is going to yoink the division straight out of everybody else's hands. And in dominant fashion, by the way, 49-21. Looked like Georgia Tech was dead to rights early in the season, and they just dominated again. And I mean, look at this. And they didn't even have the guy who went for 99 yards. He was out this week. My God, all these injuries, and they're still cooking. Look at Tune. Look at Tune, man. So, Kevin Miller even threw a ball. 275, 3 tutties for Clayton Tune. He's cooking. And rushing the ball, McDuffie. Miller had to come in, the redshirt freshman, and he's playing well. Hardy. Man, this team stepping up. TFLs, multiple. You got 3 total sacks as well. Interceptions from Brown and Heacock, SFA guy. Deflections. No fumbles or anything, just hard work. And then Fenner, he threw 2 picks, 293. Jeremy McKenna, no touchdown, so his line does not hit. I'm cooking, Coach Nathan, you know, just grinding away, trying to finish out the season strong before we get to the new game. Welcome in, McNasty. And that will do it. So 4 games and 4 really not great finishes. Kind of some blowouts today. Teams with divisions on the line, they're stepping up. Georgia Tech, Coastal, and Oregon all clinching their divisions live on stream here. See, that's something I hope is in the new game, is like, okay, you clinched your division. Can we get some, like something after the game that tells you that? Like, they're celebrating about it, or, like, they show a graphic, like, they've clinched the division, right? You know? That kind of presentation stuff. We got McNasty booing Army. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Remember, this is our game day coming up later. And remember, the playoff committee is starting tonight. If you are on the playoff committee, don't speculate about your rankings. Wait until the meeting. All right, next up, though, is we got the Sickos Game of the Week. We've got the UTSA Roadrunners taking on the Army Black Knights. Coach Dogwater 8-2. Talk about a surprising team. And then you got Army. 3-point spread, it goes towards Army, the home team. 48.5 is the over-under. And for betting, will Ken Brown throw an interception? He's had some interceptions last couple of weeks. Will he do it again? Dogwater, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive? Heads and kick. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Let's put these guys in the all whites so that you can do your grays. We got the all white versus the gray. Here we go. Yeah, I know. These overalls are ridiculous. So UTSA is locked out of their division race. However, they're trying to get better placement for a bowl game. Maybe finding their way to the back end of the top 25 by the end of the season. Team dominated by SFA freshmen. We'll see if Rylan Warrenberg makes an appearance. Shiloh Slutters. Mercury Morris might be back from injury. Army coming on in. We're at Mitchie Stadium. Heads in kick here for the Roadrunners. It'll all come down to that run defense. And we might get to see Rylan Warrenberg on defense. And 3 points for Army. 3 points for UTSA. Back and forth here in the first bell. Both teams stumbling. Army gets the first touchdown on the day. And they add one right before halftime. That is a ball buster. That one hurts the Nards, and now Army's up 14. UTSA gets one back, though, and defense is not coming up clutch. Come on, UTSA, get us back into this game. Got to score a touchdown, and there's a punt. And there's a touchdown. Down 21, not looking good. Wait a second, we got a quick one. Remember, got to be a one-score game for us to jump in. They need a turnover and oh, they got the fumble. Can they get a long score here? We need a long touchdown. Can they get it? 10 seconds left. No. Oh, with no time on the clock, they get a tutty. And that ends the game. So they get the touchdown, lose by 7, but time expired. Unbelievable. So TJ Sanderson, Ken Brown got 2 touchdowns to finish it, but UTSA goes down. So Ken Brown did not throw an interception, so tough loss for you if you bet on his INT today. Mercury Morris was back. He did not find hardly any running room. Silo Slutters and Ryan Warrenberg didn't do all that much today. On defense, Warrenberg got himself 8 tackles, 5 TFLs from Concoro, no sacks, no interceptions, no deflections, and 1 forced fumble. Not a great night. And then for Army, Michael Parks, the sophomore, was the starter. He played pretty well. Run the ball. Ruddy Rogers over 100 yards per usual. TJ Sanderson, SFA guy, got himself a touchdown. A lot of pancakes. Jeremiah Slauson, SFA guy, got himself a deflection and no fumbles. So we're almost halfway through BearCave, and we have not seen any gameplay quite yet. So that is, once again, a Army cover. Every single team is covered so far. So after like 4 straight weeks of ridiculousness, we haven't seen much today. We go and chalk into the final week of the season. That's the question. All right, but now it's time for Patreon Game of the Week. Very excited for this one because we've got Yui taking on Coach Bobert and the American. Now, there's still quite a few teams up for grabs here, but it all revolves around Yui. Can she plug it up? Can she stop people from climbing and win this division? She needs to win this week and next week. We'll see if she can do it. So, Yui, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. If Bobert's here, let me know. But we'll default to Temple if I don't see either of them. But for this game, it is a push, and our over-under is 61.5. In terms of our BearCave props, Tobin Dashnaw TFLs for Western Kentucky, the defensive end. So I don't see either of them. Let's get on into this game, folks. Thank you for joining us here on our quicker schedules than usual. We are flying through the second half of this season. We'll be here in, this time next week, we might be doing conference championships. So, we're going very quickly through the end of the season here. We will be getting the season done before the new game drops. Then we'll go on a bit of a hiatus while we figure out how to handle the new game. LT Smith Stadium, Western Kentucky. Could see some big red here. So we're going to go heads and kick, see if Dale Shivers can carry Temple to victory. Nothing doing in the first. Kentucky they get 10 right out of nowhere. Temple doing nothing. Temple gets 3. Interception. Remember, this is the only team to beat Cincinnati. And Western Kentucky's doming them here in the second quarter. Temple, can they fight back? No. Western Kentucky's stomping on them. 31-6. Is that going to do it? Temple, man. Gonna blow their bowl eligibility. 38! That's good enough to sim to the end of the game. Western Kentucky wins outright. So we had an Army cover last game. And now we have Western Kentucky getting it done. So, Western Kentucky firing on all cylinders when it matters the most. Maximus Mays, the third, cooking. Jackson Biss gets himself a tutty as well. So, Brent Perkins, 2 interceptions, not good. And Dale Shivers, man, only averaging 4 yards per carry. Shadow of his former self. Maybe he was just a Buffalo merchant. Trey Royal, 4 TFLs here. We got 1 sack here, Brandon Fenner. And we got Maximus Mays the third, 13 for 26, 207, and 3 tutties. And rushing the ball, we got Brent Charles. We got Jackson Viss, only gets 6 carries. And then we've got Laz Palmer going almost 100 yards. No touchdowns today, but Jackson Viss gets into the end zone. And on defense, 9 tackles. Did we get some TFLs from Dashnaw? He only got 1. He did not get that second one, but they did get 5 total sacks here. Percival Peely gets 1. Congratulations to Peely. Player reward from our Invitational. We got some fumbles. There's Drake Rutherford, SFA reject, and he blocked one. How about Rutherford, man? Cooking. All right, that's going to do it. So we're flying through this BearCave, folks. No one-score games today. But now we move on to the right side of the graphic, where the bigger games lie. All right, next up is we've got... Ooh, we're going down to the SEC, baby. All right, so as we look at this game, folks, we got Oklahoma taking on Texas A&M. Jay Jettas, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Skook, if you're here as well, let me know. But this one's weird because Oklahoma's dominated the SFA and the SEC for what seems like the last 4 or 5 seasons, but they are locked out of the division at this point. It's down to Texas A&M and Texas. Now, A&M, they cannot win the division today, but they can lose it. If they lose this game, Texas and Coach B-Dog win the division. So A&M has to win this to keep pace for their head-to-head next week. So let's jump on into it. Jay Jettas, let me know if you're here. This is a 2.5-point spread for the home team, the Aggies, and the over-under is 53.5. And for Dogwater, we are looking at Cheddar Biscuits anytime touchdowns. He put a massive, a whopping, a nuclear 60K on this game. That would be a wild payout, I believe, 210,000 if Biscuits gets a touchdown. So we'll see what happens here. Gonna be a fun one. So can Oklahoma eliminate A&M from SEC contention? The team that eliminated them from the playoff last year in that 1-9 game, Rex Beavers. Last time these teams met up was the 1-9 seed game in, I believe that was the Cotton Bowl, and A&M dominated them. So as you can see, Texas sitting up there 9-2. They're on a bye this week. And then Texas and A&M, they play next week for the division. Now, if you are an A&M fan, you do not need to fret. Coach Skook will not leave A&M next week for Texas, so you should be okay there. We're not going to mimic real life over here, as we're at Kyle Field, who in the next game is rated the toughest place to play in the country. So we'll see. I don't see Jay Jettas, so we're going to go heads and kick per usual. Cheddar Biscuits out there for the coin toss. We'll see if he can get into the end zone for Coach Dogwater. Here we go. First quarter. No touchdown for Oklahoma. They got one there, but it's too fast to see who gets it. We're going to have to check the scoring summary later. But I do see his name popping up a bit, but it's 10-7 after 1. Can A&M and Herky Streets, they've got to battle back. They're down 7, and they tied up right before halftime. We've got a good one hopefully coming up for you here. And oopsie daisies, I clicked the wrong button. Next quarter. Quick touchdown for A&M. That's 17 unanswered. That's 24 unanswered. Oh, 31! 31 unanswered. 31. Can you do something for me? And a quick touchdown for OU. Jay Jetta's getting his dome crushed in. Oh, wait a second! That's a Gus McFeeder 64-yarder. Uh-oh. This game is on steroids here. And A&M climbs it back to 2 scores. Remember, we're not gonna jump in unless it's a 1-score game. So Dambo Dinkins, Todd Honey, SFA players going nutty today. And there's a touchdown for Todd Honey. We're back in it, folks. Down, what is that, 8? Down 8. So, remember, we won't jump in unless we're at the 2. And there is a interception. Herky Streets picked off by Octavius Feenster, the SFA safety, the freshman. Here we go. 46-38 in a wild game. Brent Favre, the freshman quarterback, he's missed a lot of the season with injury. You got Huck Hammer at safety as well. Tons of SFA players littered all over the field. Oklahoma has to tie this up. They've been chasing them since it was 17-7. What a game. And a quick throw, it's picked! Oh, what are you doing, Brent Favre? Oh, no. Dale Campbell picks him off. And that might have just done it. The old fink throw. So now a first down from Herky Streets could win him the game. They run it with the running back, and he finds Ruby, cuts outside. Feenster can't bring him down. Oh my Lanta. Corey Osborne is cooking. Just don't let Herky Streets throw the ball, you should be fine. Handoff here to Osborne. Up the middle, he gets stiffied. Oh my God, Oklahoma can't tackle. Might be because of their lack of running or linebackers. They had the converted safety trying to make the tackle there. It did not work. Second and 3, Herky Streets. Hands it off to Osborne. He gets a big run up the gut. Man, this defense is like one-ply toilet paper. Jabari O'Toole brings him down. Just 0. There's just 0. And we've got the victory formation out there. We'll see if that's going to finish the game. Looks like Oklahoma can get the ball back with about 10 seconds left. They'll have to rely on a missed field goal. See what happens here. Remember, this was an A&M 2.5-point favorite. What a wild game this was. 46-38 could be your final. Definitely a tough loss. Some of these games this week were super hard to pick because logic shows Oklahoma, but they're just not playing well this year. But potentially last chance for Oklahoma. They need to force an incompletion, a turnover, something here. So we're inside a minute. Herky Streets, he threw away the natty. Will he throw away this game? He's going to throw it to the boundary, and they're going to stop the clock. Shaquille Wild Goose laughing at him right there. So it comes down to the field goal now. It's going to be about a 33-yarder from left hash to put them up 2 scores and pretty much end the game. Kicks up, it doesn't look great, and it's good! As we check out Auburn getting a nice win in the sim. Remember, they still need Tennessee to lose another game. Yep, Blazing, McKinney did lose his prop bet. However, he got you a win, so he's 2-0. And how about this game, man? Texas State had him on the ropes. Coach Phi giving it to Alabama. We don't know if Cheddar Biscuits has scored or not. Dogwater, relax. I don't know why I'm watching this. I gotta sim it, but we'll watch the kickoff here. See if they return this. David Johnson. So what a crazy game it was today. We're gonna go back to the sim, see if Oklahoma can get a quick touchdown here. So we got some defensive penalties here. And will we get a touchdown? 4th down. And that will do it. So Oklahoma goes down again. Was that their 4th loss in conference play? So that will set up Texas and A&M next week for the division head-to-head. What a game. That could potentially be game day again. We could be watching Texas for a 3rd time. And that's cover for A&M. 49-38. Oklahoma threw the game away. And that officially ends their chances at the playoff and potentially even getting kicked out of the rankings. 7-4, what are you doing? Oklahoma, man, they were 6-4. They're 1-4 in their last 5. What a fall off. Hey, don't just type out that hashtag. I have the emote. If you are a sub, you gotta show them the love. The Fire J Jettas emote. Spam that bitch. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happened. 49-38. Very high scoring, so maybe not the best defense. Did he get in, Dogwater? You gotta hope it's in the 4th quarter. I don't see one here. I'm gonna make Dogwater work for it here. So Wild Goose got one. Wild Goose got a second one. Ooh, we got some fumbles. Come on, Dogwater. What's gonna be next when I scroll down? Oh, it's the 4th quarter. There's 3 touchdowns here for you, Dogwater. 60K on the line. Is one of them gonna be biscuits? The first one is not biscuits. The second one's not biscuits. Anu. And Honey again. No biscuits touchdowns. 60K down the drain. Brent Farr. 18-32. 4 touchdowns. 2 interceptions. Running the ball. Cheddar biscuits. No bueno today, folks. George Payne. Pretty much Payne in Boomer Sooner country here. Got a couple of sacks, but the run defense, man, just not working. Octavius Feenster, SFA guy, congrats, freshman, gets himself one of those picks, and Jay Phoenix gets a fumble. But for A&M, Herky Streets, 26 for 40, taking over for Beaver Ball this year, looking pretty good. You can see if they can make the playoff again. Freddie Furman, SFA guy, going nuclear. 4 TFLs and 2 sacks today. Congrats. Interceptions for Phantom. Let's go. And how did, where's my boy? Where's my boy? Where's my boy? Where's my boy? Where's Huck Hammer? Huh? Where is he? Where's Hammer? Doing nothing on defense? My God, Huck Hammer, man. Maybe he got hurt. And a block touchdown there for Harvey. All right, that's going to do it. Welcome in, Moose. So we got some coping, crying, and seething here for Dogwater tonight. Probably lost his Madden League, lost UTSA, and lost his bet. That's an A&M cover for those of you guys watching. So if you need a recap here, we've got Hawaii cover, we got Oregon cover, we got Coastal Carolina cover, we got Georgia Tech cover, we got Army cover, we got Western Kentucky outright in a push game, and we got A&M cover. We've gone completely chalk this week so far. We still got plenty of matchups to go. Typically, when this happens, it means we're in store for a crazy game day. But we're moving on to the other half of the Sun Belt Championship. As we saw earlier in the night, we saw Coastal Carolina take down Georgia Southern. Coastal will win the division. Who will they face? This is a game for the division as well. Southern Miss currently the leader in the SFA G5 auto bid. Arkansas State was the leader for a while. They lost. Now they're trying to fight their way back to the top. This is a must win. You are eliminated from contention here if you lose this game. So this is a big one. This is a 5-point spread for Southern Miss, 48.5 over under. And we are tracking Pablo Small's deflections. Former corner who played in the national championship with Georgia Southern, trying to take Southern Miss there. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, these end-of-year matchups are so much fun to watch because there's so much on the line. Like, this result is going to completely impact the entire group of 5. Southern Miss and Arkansas State. Tons of SFA players on both sides of the ball. Yes, they did confirm that the Kinnick Wave will be in the game. But yes, that does mean that there's dying kids in the game as well, yeah. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how it will be, but I'm pretty sure it will just be a cutscene of like the players looking up to wave and the fans looking up to wave. I doubt that they'll zoom in on the kids in the building. I doubt they would do that, but you never know. That'd be funny. But here we go. Heads and kick. Now take it a step farther. Can I recruit the kids with cancer? All right, here we go. First quarter here in the Sun Belt. Who will face Coastal? 10-0 for Southern Miss early. 17-0 in the first quarter. Yeah, Mango copied me, Moose. So if you're watching Mango stream, spam stop copying TC. Stop copying TC. All right, 24-10. No, you are, unfortunately, Blazing. Kent State is eliminated. Ohio has already wrapped it up. So it's 24-24 here. As we enter the fourth quarter, Arkansas State's coming back. And long drive there, and Arkansas State takes the lead. Okay, folks, we've got something brewing here, and they forced fourth down. Oh, no, they got to punt it. They got to get a stop on defense. Will they do the... Here we go. Southern Miss down 3. The leader in the G5 auto bid race. 2 minutes. They've got to find a score. Trey White. Man in motion. The team that beat Coastal on game day a couple of weeks ago. Pushing forward. That's a catch. That's Anderson. He did not get one catch against Coastal. But here he is. 15-33. Just disgusting. Marquise Zirkelbach, SFA linebacker. Maxidro Sue, one of the best rushers in the country on the defensive line. They hand this one off. Over 100 yards. I don't see... Brandon Robinson's in, so I don't see DJ Hall. He might be out of the game with an injury. So no DJ Hall here. So they're relying on some backup running backs. 2nd and 7. Trey White. Free rusher, he gets it off, and he finds his man. You know, you can call Southern Miss all you want. You can call them an option school. But Trey White, when push comes to shove, he can yam the rock. They're across the 50 now. A toss out here to the backup running back. He finds the edge, and he gets 6. And... There's no Gant either, Brent Gant. So this might be a third string running back. Do we have multiple injuries here? Yeah, this is not their regular running back. So Gant and DJ Hall are out of the game. So Trey White takes off and he's going down. He is sacked. So 3rd and 7 now. Things are getting spicy. Southern Miss on the back ropes. Injuries potentially costing them their season. Dump sack short, and that's going to be short. Yeah, both starting running backs are not in the game. They're going to have to go for this. So Sunbelt on the line. The division on the line. The G5 auto bid on the line. Trey White. 4-man rush. Throws it, and the foot's in! A.J. Harrison. Holy Toledo. That might have just guaranteed us OT. What a yam. That was a piss missile. Trey White now, he wants blood. He wants the victory. He's going to take off to the right side. Trey White, he has the edge. He breaks a tackle, and that's a first. 45 seconds. They have 45 seconds. They have a timeout. Plenty of time. You could probably run all 4 plays here. You can even run the ball if you want. You got a little bunch sets here. Only going to run. They rush 5. He floats it, and it's dropped. Oh, no. The floaty was perfect, and it got dropped. Second and goal. 41 seconds. White. To the end zone again. This time he catches it. Touchdown, Southern Miss. A.J. Harrison drops one. He comes back and gets the other. Bang! The drop, then the touchdown. Now Arkansas State has to figure it out. You got Jacoby Diaz. You got Eddie Wilkins. You got Black from Notre Dame transferred in. Plenty of chances. You definitely, if you're an Arkansas fan, wish this was the days of Chet Doge. However, it's a new era. Got to see if Arkansas State, somebody else can step up here. So Arkansas State now, 37 seconds left. They need a touchdown. Jacoby Diaz dumps it short. Finds his man, and they got to call a timeout here. Remember, because you do have those timeouts, you can use the entire field here. Now, I don't recommend dropping it short, but currently RS Southern Miss, no cover. 30 seconds left. Jacoby dumps this short again. It's going to be a first down to Ed Johnson. They got to hurry this up, save that timeout here, as they are in fringe yam range already. We got 3 touchdowns on the day for Jacoby Diaz. SFA player transfer from San Jose. Time is ticking. Diaz here. He is going to yam it deep. Oh, baby, the 50-50 is tipped away by Pablo Smalls. The SFA player, the man from Georgia Southern, and that is going to hit his over on the deflections. And he saves the game right there. The true veteran presence. So 2nd and 10 now. Jacoby Diaz again over the middle, and they're going to have to use that second timeout. So 3rd and 3, 14 seconds left. They still have a timeout. Needs a touchdown. Diaz, they bring a blitz. He cleans it up. He finds his man and couldn't get out of bounds. They got to hurry it up here. Oh, they used the last timeout. No! So 2 shots at the end zone from the 31. G5 auto bid on the line. Jacoby Diaz. He's gonna dump it short. What are you doing? Get out of bounds. He does. Paul Burns, the 10 IQ, or the 10 million IQ play. Saves the game for Arkansas State. So game on the line. 1 play from the 26. They need a touchdown. Jacoby Diaz drops back. He's going to yam it, and it's intercepted! Southern Miss is going to survive. They win the division, and we are going to get the rematch of Coastal and Southern Miss in the Sun Belt Championship. Oh my God, what a game. Destiny may just be on the side of Southern Miss this year. It just might be finally their year where things just fall their way. What a catch on that 4th down from A.J. Harrison. And then he caught the touchdown as well. After dropping it, the play right before. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. Southern Miss wins the division. They will most likely be the top-ranked team in the G5 in tonight's college football playoff rankings. Remember, the first playoff rankings come out tonight. Coastal Carolina, I doubt, will be too far behind them. What a game. We finally got a banger. And that is a Southern Miss no cover for those of you guys on BearCave. So let's see how this game goes. Yeah, this was a great game. Lived up to the hype. So, I mean, DJ Hall, he was cooking. So somehow they got a couple of injuries, and that allowed Arkansas State to come back, and they held on. Trey White doesn't get enough credit, man. He just put this team completely on his back and got him that touchdown. DJ Hall, and yeah, Marcus Brandt seemed to be nowhere to be found there at the end of the game. We'll see if these guys pick up any long-term injuries. They're going to need them if they want to beat Coastal in the championship again. Defensively, big day for Duckett. No sacks on the day. Ryan Gordon got a pick. He got that game-winning pick. Curtis Blaylock got a couple deflections. Same with Pablo Smalls. Duckett got himself the fumble and the recovery. And for Arkansas State, tough couple of weeks here. 21-39, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. They're going to find a great bowl game, but it looks like their journey in the CFP race is over. Eddie Wilkins, SFA guy, he's elite. But they just couldn't figure it out here, unfortunately. Max Adrosu got himself a sack. Interception for Rivers. Couple of deflections. Fumbles. Tough scenes here tonight. So he's got a couple of more games here on BearCave, and then we got the Heroes game between Nebraska and Iowa coming up later. So DJ Hall, despite not playing the second half, got the player of the game for the offense. So Southern Miss and Coastal battling it out again. That could be a great game. So that's a no cover for Southern Miss as well. The Heroes game is the rivalry game between Iowa and Nebraska. That's what they call it. The Heroes game. I don't know, heroes of what? Is it the Heroes of the Corn? Not sure, but we got 2 games left here on BearCave. Let's check them out. First up is we've got, oh baby, historically the best user rivalry in SFA history. You've got East Carolina taking on Buffalo, and after the result from Georgia Tech, East Carolina cannot win the division. However, they are playing for quality wins and playing for playoff hopes. And Buffalo is playing for their division. So East Carolina can really put a damper on Buffalo's day if they take them down. Obviously, I've retired from ECU. Penn is gone. So this game doesn't have nearly as much meaning. However, there's still a lot to play here. A lot at stake here for both teams. This is a 2-point favorite for East Carolina. And the over-under is 45.5. And we're looking at Armani Campbell, the top corner for East Carolina. Former cover athlete for Buffalo, stole him in the transfer portal. Will he get an interception today? Who will win this game? Yeah, I think Mike is ideally, because there's a chance here. There's a situation where if East Carolina wins this game, that Boston College, who's like 6-6, could wind up winning the division, and then Mike would be very happy. So yes, you are right to be cheering for ECU, and we got snow up in Buffalo. Because if Buffalo wins, unless they choke to Syracuse, it will be a rematch of last season. As you can see here, Boston College holds the tiebreaker over Buffalo. So Boston College still can win the division. Whereas here, Georgia Tech holds the tiebreaker over East Carolina. So Georgia Tech has already won the division here. So here we go. UB Stadium. Heads and kick per usual. Can the boys in purple and gold, our defending national champions, get back to the CFP? A loss would be very difficult for them to get in that large spot. Buffalo gets a quick touchdown. ECU responds. Another quick touchdown for Buffalo. This is what these teams do. Very high-powered offenses. East Carolina blinks first, though. They get one back, but they can't get a stop on defense here. But they finally do and take the lead into halftime. despite the snow. 27-21 right now. Buffalo responds. They take the lead. East Carolina has the lead. Buffalo takes it back. Very back and forth here as we enter the fourth quarter. Another lead. This is shaping up very similar to that Oklahoma game. And Buffalo retakes it again. So we're going to go one play at a time here. Defense is optional today. As look at this. Another quick drive. 47-42. Unbelievable from both sides. 1 point separating them. We'll see if they can do it again. And they punt. And a one-play touchdown for Tony Brooks. Oh, ECU is dominating. Remember, we can only jump in if it's a one-score game. We'll see if Buffalo has the ability. Can they punch this in? Yes, they do. So here we go. Down 6. Buffalo trying to get the ball back here. They still have all 3 timeouts, so it's not the end of the world. They don't get this. East Carolina does recover. Those chrome hats looking white. So the 60-yard touchdown from Tony Brooks, giving Coach Mike some hope. Boston College could stumble their way into the ACC championship if ECU can hang on. They need probably 2 first downs. We got Jennings, Vlad Sexton in the slot. Give me a handoff to Tony Brooks, and he goes nowhere. Big day for Tony Brooks. He's been really good when we've seen him play. In that game day we watched, he was electric. Nice joke there. Mike is Tony Brown stumbles around. They're going to give Buffalo a chance to win this game. I'm sick. Obviously, I'm retired. I don't really care about the result, but I don't like Buffalo. Saying the words Buffalo is a bad taste in the mouth. 3rd and 12. Handoff to Tony Brooks, and he gets stopped. So chance for Buffalo here. They're going to get the ball back with about 1:20 left. And no timeouts in the snow. They're going for it. ECU getting aggressive here. Potentially giving Buffalo some great field position. We'll see if it works out for them. Mike Jennings. And he dumps that short. Bad throw, bad pass, bad idea. And his amazing day, 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, is going to come down to the defense. So the turnover now. Here comes Buffalo. Division on the line. Maybe their playoff hopes probably not in jeopardy, but seeding for sure. Dumps this short. And that he stiffies too, man. He's still running. Nice play there from Amir Barnes. Sean Hill having a good day as well. 450, 6 tutties. Mari Dunn, SFA player in at running back, so Whitaker is out. They bring a blitz, and he floats that short. Some bad angles across the board from East Carolina. Minute 12. Clock continues to tick. We're at the 40, I believe. I'm colorblind, so it's hard for me to see the difference in the hues of the snow. That one's a floaty, and that one is caught by Willie Young. Clock continues to run here. We're threatening the red zone. Sean Hill. He's going to yam this one to the end zone, and that's overthrown. Ran out of real estate there. He just had to chuck it up. Yeah, there's not great tackling today in the snow. 54 seconds left here for both teams. Buffalo down 6. Hill floats that wide open man, and he gets out of bounds. That's Jean-Jacques Dembele, the SFA player. And he's going to get them in range. Is Buffalo going to survive? They're threatening the 10 now. Can still get a first down without a touchdown. Trips left to the short side. Hill, only a 3-man rush, no pressure. Floats that, and it's, oh, that was it! They dropped the interception. Oh, that was the play. Thank God I don't coach this team anymore. I would have had a conniption. Empty set now here for Buffalo. 40 seconds left. The blitz doesn't get through. Hits him short, but they tackle him. Dembele, they have to hurry this up now. 3rd and 5. Playoff hopes on the line for ECU. 30 seconds left. They bring a blitz. And they don't get to him. Touchdown, Buffalo. They take the lead. So Buffalo is going to take the lead with the extra point. They give East Carolina 27 seconds, 3 timeouts, and they do have one of the best field goal kickers in the country. But in the snow, you never know, right? So big time game here. ECU is favorite, so Buffalo would be winning outright here. Probably feels disrespected being a home underdog. And they're not going to return this one. So 24 seconds. You got 3 timeouts. See what you can do here. Try to get into field goal range is probably the most ideal solution here. Gotta find yourself big Vladdy Daddy. He is the X Factor. He'll be matched up on some loser linebacker. Come on, buddy. Rolls out. What is that? Right? Flows it off the back foot. They get some blocking. Breaks a tackle. Nice play there. Cedric Knoll gets 14, but that took way too much time off the clock. However, they do stop the clock without using their timeouts. So they are in yam range. If you hit a yam here, you can probably kick a field goal. See what happens. Jennings has time. He is going to yam that one to the corner. It's late and it's picked. And that's going to do it. Buffalo picks off Mike Jennings, and that is going to win them this game. 56-55. Thank goodness I don't coach this team anymore. That would have ended me. 56-55. What a rough way to lose. They are going to use their timeouts. They can get the ball back here. And this will be a Buffalo outright win. No time coming off the clock there. So assuming there isn't like a, pick 6 or something here on 3rd down. Third and 15 here. Handoff. Sean Hill. Can he get that first down? Can they force a fumble? No. So 4th down with them running that ball. That leaves enough time for the punt to end the game. So you're either going to get a punt return for a touchdown or the end of this game. Maybe if they do a fair catch, maybe there'll be time on. But yeah, East Carolina likely not going to be in the playoff hunt. Yeah, 000s, and that's going to do it. Buffalo wins at home, 56-55. This team definitely probably feels like they should have won the Natty last year, but they lost to A&M in the final play in the Rose Bowl. If they can score 56 a game, nobody's going to stop them. So it looks like, folks, we're going to have another collision course between Georgia Tech and Buffalo, unless Syracuse shocks the world next week and beats Buffalo, but unlikely to happen. But great game nonetheless. Yeah, we have very tough schedules here in the SFA. We schedule competitively, so a lot of the top teams is going to be, we don't have any undefeateds left, so 11-1, 10-2, and then and then always those bubble teams are going to be 9-3. So I'd probably say ranks 9 to 12 will end up being 9-win teams, typically, unless we decide to put in G5 or something. But also East Carolina, they're the defending national champions. They also always get a bit inflated in rankings. So ECU, they had the lead here, and they give up 2 straight touchdowns to lose the game. Unfortunate. Tony Brooks threw a pass. Big day for Mike Jennings. The sophomore played very well. Tony Brooks did well. Vlad Sexton got himself 3 catches. Womp womp. And running the ball here, or defense, they dropped that interception that would have won them the game. Tough to see. 1 interception for Bradley Edwards. Forced fumbles. Armani Campbell got himself 1. All right, shout out Armani. He did not get a pick. And for Buffalo, Sean Hill, the redshirt senior, 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, and an interception. Probably will get player of the week. They couldn't run the ball hardly at all today. And on defense, Kevin Whitmore, 4 TFLs here. Sack-wise, 1 for Ryan, 1 interception. Martin Watkins is the guy who got that. And no fumbles. So Sean Hill will likely get your player of the week. I don't think anybody else got anywhere close to 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. All right, so we got one more game left. Oh, baby. So we got ECU, or this was a Buffalo outright. All right, so we got one more game in BearCave today. We've had a very good second half of BearCave after a rather quick first half. So our final game goes to the Big 12, and this is a fun one. We've got 2 teams battling it out now for Oklahoma State. They're battling for their playoff spot. Iowa State, a win gets them the division, or a Nebraska loss gets them the division. So Iowa State could get it here. So Coach Fed, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive, or Iowa State, let me know. I am going to fling up a prediction here. You guys get a minute. So if you are wanting to bet on this game, do so now. We got Oklahoma State and Iowa State. Now, when I do these, obviously I don't put any spreads or anything. It's just who do you think's going to win? So, Bobanos, go, go, go. You got a minute here. One more game. And for this game, it is a 3-point favorite for Oklahoma State, the road team, weirdly enough, even though Iowa State was our last undefeated team. But Oklahoma State's offense, man, is just so good. 54.5 over-under for Iowa State in this team. And then finally, we're looking for Tyreek Asher receiving TDs. Yes, the 50-50 line is over-under 2.5. Will Tyreek Asher get 3 receiving touchdowns? He has been ridiculous this year. One of the best single seasons we've seen since Chet Doge, who's putting up these kind of numbers. So very fun to see. And remember, guys, we will be right back later tonight with the Heroes game. We got Nebraska taking on Iowa in a very fun game as well. So we will not be going anywhere tonight. And then Sunday will be Week 14. And then I am probably going to speed up conference championships because it is projected to be on the 4th. However, with it being a holiday, I'm likely not going to be streaming on the 4th, so likely we'll move it up to the 3rd for conference championships since it's only 10 games. All right, here we go. Best games of the season. Oklahoma State, I believe, can still win their division, but they need Baylor to lose. Baylor might have clinched it with I'm not quite sure. I got to look at it later. But right now it's about Iowa State. Win, and they are into the Big 12 championship. This would be also their best win of the season. Very high quality. And for Oklahoma State, who is projected to get locked out of their division right now, very, very good resume win right in their face right here. So this would be massive for Oklahoma State, especially on the road. So I don't know if this is going to be like this result will dictate one or the other makes the playoff, but I think Oklahoma State's going to have a tougher time. However, you see some of these spots open up with East Carolina and Oklahoma losing tonight. We've never had a 8-4 at-large team get in, so those teams likely out of the race. As 7-7 here, Oklahoma, Iowa State. Iowa State takes the lead. Oklahoma State's got to figure it out. They do. And shout out to Iowa State, man, playing some good defense. They're shutting the best offense in the country down to 14 first-half points. And they score. Man, we're in for a good game, man. I'd love to watch this on game day, but next possession, nothing doing, 21-21. And Oklahoma State scores Huey Creed. We're going to go one play at a time. Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark if it's still close. 3rd and 13. They don't get it. And they go for it, and they get it. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 6. 4th and 6. Here we go. Inside the 10 to tie the game. 4th and 6. Iowa State. Game on the line here at Jack Trice for the division. Open man. Touchdown, Iowa State. They tie it up. Just a complete miscoverage there from OK State. Just a complete lapse of judgment there. And now we get to see some Tyreek Asher, Stequavius Gates, the 2 Heisman favorites right now. And shout out to Eastern Michigan. They survived Western Michigan, and they will play for the division next week against Central Michigan. All the Michigans going at it. So here we go. Tyreek Asher, Stequavius Gates. Legacy game, legacy moment here for them. Arguably the best quarterback-wide receiver duo season statistically we've ever seen. Bringing Oklahoma State to the top. We'll see if they can finish the job. 28-28. I agree with you. I love Iowa State. All right, split backs. Tyreek Asher, bottom of your screen. The best wide receiver in the country. Gates, he just throws this one away. That's a flag. What's the flag for?
Pass interference. Defense.
They're going to get the defense for pass interference? What? Bernard Lynch. What is he doing? He's talking to the ref like, what the hell? I don't think it helped him hardly at all. It was, what was that, a 2-yard? Was it because he tackled the running back, I guess? Maybe because he tackled the running back. But here goes Gates. He gets some room. Stequavius Gates down the sideline. Oh, baby. Remember, guys, this guy can run a little bit. Known as a gunslinger, he still has a bit of wiggle. Nobody saw him. And they tried to get him to fumble it, but Stequavius Gates now flipping it out. If you guys remember, last season we had a 6-0 game between Nebraska and OK State. They were in a similar situation, had to get a touchdown to win, and Gates fumbled it. So hopefully we don't see that today. 2nd and 6 now. Asher, bottom of your screen. They're throwing it the other side, and that's going to be 6. Adam Shelton, remember, they could be in field goal range here. They might just be trying to get a bit closer and don't need to do anything crazy. However, Iowa State's going to start using those timeouts here. Asher, top of your screen. He has not gotten a target yet. They throw it to him here, and he gets the first. Nice catch from Tyreek. So 50 seconds left here. Iowa State starting to call the timeouts. Field goal will win it for OK State. Empty here. Gates in motion. And they fake the screen. And he goes back to it. What a big brain IQ play there from Stequavius Gates. Fakes it because he sees the defender and then goes back to it. What an incredible play. 2nd and 3. Clock is ticking. Gates keeps it. Cover that thing. God. They give him the first. For Iowa State, you might need to let him score here, because a field goal will win it. Asher, 1-1, top of your screen. They're going to run it with Creed. Creed up the gut. He falls forward. The Old Dominion transfer gets 7. 2nd and 3 now. 30 seconds left. Full house. They hand it off to Creed, and he goes nowhere. 19 seconds left. They're going to call a timeout from Oklahoma State's side now. Coach Fed wants the touchdown. They hand it off to Creed, and he falls forward. He doesn't get the first, or he doesn't get the touchdown. might be the best case scenario for Iowa State because Oklahoma State could still mess up the time. You got 16 seconds left here. Don't throw this. Gates, he keeps it. Gates, touchdown, Oklahoma State! They take the lead with 14 seconds left. And potentially, folks, they may not even need a win in Bedlam now to make the playoff with this win. "14 seconds, though. Iowa State's lost 2 in a row now. And you know what this means? If this result holds, Nebraska is still alive in the division with 4 losses. If Nebraska pulls a rabbit out of their hat, you got... I don't know who Iowa State plays next week. Does anybody know? Because if Iowa State loses next week and Nebraska wins out, then Nebraska wins. All right, Dan Brown, does he have a miracle? They dump that short and it's dropped. Saves the game there. So Dan Brown, 10 seconds left. He's sacked! And that's going to end the game. They are not getting up. They are not getting up to the line quickly enough. Bang! Triple zeros. Iowa State, after being our last undefeated team, has lost 2 in a row. And Oklahoma State and Coach Fed get a critical victory. That was surely going to help their resume. What a win for Coach Fed, putting him on the map. Stequavius Gates going nutty today. That's an OK State cover. So we got one more game today, folks, and it is Nebraska and Iowa that now has a lot more meaning because if Nebraska can win... Actually, it doesn't even matter if Nebraska wins or not. They're not playing a conference game. Nebraska is going to play for the division next week. My God. Does anybody know who Iowa State plays next week? I mean, we'll see in a second, so. We'll see in a second. Holy cow. All right. So let's see the results here. They play Kansas State. That is not hard enough of a game. All right. Stequavius Gates, man. The 5-star. He shocked everybody by going to OK State, the lowly Oklahoma State, and he climbed and helped them out here. He only threw for 1 touchdown, but he ran for 2. He had over 100 yards rushing as well. Tyreek Asher, 10 for 190. A bit pedestrian of a game for him. No touchdowns. And then on defense, Deuce Withers, SFA player, the senior, getting 4 TFLs, finally living up to his name. 4 sacks in total. Deflections, fumbles forced. Just a beautiful, beautiful game. And Dan Brown, 20 of 35, 268, and 3 TDs. Magic's running out here for Iowa State. They've got to find a victory. They do not want to be on a 3-game losing streak, hoping for a handout from the committee here. If they lose next week, Charisma Mukaida, SFA guy, 8 tackles, 3 TFLs, and a sack for Bomani Emons, SFA guy. They got 4 total. Man alive, what a game. Richie Boots got a couple deflections. John Archie got the fumble. And as always, guys, before we head out in a BearCave stream, we got to check out next week's matchups. But first, let me get my players of the week. So, Dan Brown, Stequavius Gates, John Archer, Deuce Withers. So, Coach Logan Racky, man, things are scary. Kansas State, Iowa State will now be guaranteed on BearCave. Remember, next week's BearCave, will be completely decided based on divisional games. Last week of the regular season, that's what we're going to want to watch. Things that impact our conference championships. So let's check out next week's games here. We'll be back for BearCave, or for game day, in about 5 to 10 minutes after this stream ends. I want to make sure this is the last game left in this week. It is. And here we go. We got Bedlam. So if you look at this now, we thought maybe coming into this week, this game could end up being for a playoff spot. However, Oklahoma likely eliminated at 7-4. Oklahoma State now, I don't want to say that they're going to be guaranteed in, but they potentially don't need to do as much. Maybe just a decent showing here, but a win would surely put them in the playoff. Got Nebraska facing Colorado, so potentially easy game for Nebraska next week, trying to take down Iowa State. Tennessee needs to win this game to win the division. I-35 is going to be a fun one. Iowa State, Maryland. Iowa's already wrapped up the division, so that one doesn't matter. Missouri, Kansas. Missouri likely needs to win this game to make it, to guarantee themselves a bowl game. Georgia Tech is really just preparing for the ACC championship now. This would definitely help their resume, maybe help their seeding with a win. Pitt and FSU, nothing more than just bragging rights. Apple Cup, nothing this year. Wyoming desperately needs a win and a New Mexico loss. USC probably wants a win there. And UNLV desperately needs a win to get them guaranteed a bowl game. Remember, 6 wins get you eligible, but 7 wins pretty much guarantees you. 7-4 North Texas, they already wrapped up the division. Oregon has already won the division, but obviously wants to keep their rankings up high there. Minnesota needs a big performance. They're now down into the at-large conversation. Auburn needs a win against Bama and a loss from Tennessee, and they also need a win to be in that at-large conversation as well. Baylor, TCU. The winner of this wins the division. I believe it's just a 50-50. And so TCU, if they get a big upset, that'd be wild. They could win the division 3rd year in a row. This will be for the division as well, Mid-Tennessee State and Western Kentucky. And this is going to be for the division, A&M and Texas, a beautiful game. Southern Miss, obviously going to probably be the top-ranked G5 this week. Needs to survive Southern Alabama. Fresno, San Diego State will not matter, as Fresno has locked up the division. New Mexico can win the division with a win here against UTEP. The game has nothing on the line outside of seeding, really, for Michigan. Maybe if they lose this game and then lose to Iowa, then they might miss out on the playoffs. So a win here would probably guarantee Michigan a playoff spot. Coastal, just please don't lose. You still have a chance at the G5 auto bid. Do not lose to Charlotte. This will be for the division. Who's going to face Ohio? Utah, BYU. Nothing crazy on the line other than Holy War bragging rights. LSU, Tulane. Nothing on the line for either of these teams. LSU bowl eligibility, I guess. So for Boston College, they need Syracuse to win this game. But otherwise, that division's likely wrapped up. UNC definitely needs a good showing here to gain favor with the committee. Cincinnati, man, might be on the outside looking in this year. Maybe looking at a Citrus Bowl. We'll have to see. Friends of Cole. I've never seen this logo. That's an interesting game. But this is the one we're talking about. Kansas State. If they upset Iowa State, then Nebraska has a chance to win the division. Miami and Florida is going to be a great one. This, I mean, we have to wait and see how the committee handles Miami, because Miami is I could see them jumping a ton of spots or dropping completely out, depending on what the committee thinks. But this could potentially be a CFP matchup or an elimination game. We'll have to see. But Florida definitely needs a win here, as they are likely locked out of their division. And East Carolina, unfortunately, it looks like their season, CFP-wise, is over. First time they would miss the CFP since Season 9. In Ohio and Bowling Green. Ohio doesn't need to do anything. And then we got Army-Navy next week. That's a fun one. And that will do it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for game day. And thank you guys for subs, subscriptions, it's the same thing, channel point, all the stuff, interacting. Super fun things coming out soon. We're rocking towards the end of Season 15. So thanks for sticking with us, and excited for the future. So I'll see you guys in about 5 to 10 minutes. Peace.